I finally built a workbench for my main power tools. In my old shop, I had to set them up each time. I made it match my miter saw bench I built last week. Here's how it went. I start by cutting some plain down 2x3s for my legs. For my power tools, I want it lower than my main workbench. Most of the power tools I want to use here are 9 to 12 inches tall. So instead of my usual 38-inch bench, I'm making this 28 inches tall. For now, I cut 10 pieces at 27.5 inches and 10 at 22.5 inches. For the depth, I'm cutting 10 more at 19.5 inches for a 24-inch depth. Before anything else, using 2 pieces of scrap 2x3, I make and screw together the legs. Half of them have the screws on the short 2x3, the other half, as you'll see, on the long one. Those are to make the front and back legs, and keep the screws out of view, pointing towards the wall. As you can see, for the second set of legs, we put the longer piece on top, and the screws through it. Take out the 19.5 inch pieces and add pocket holes on each side, on one of their faces. To assemble the legs, take one leg of each type made earlier. Put the longer 2x3 towards the middle. In this example, both legs, the screws are pointed at the camera. This side will be towards the wall. Attach the 2 legs with the 19.5 inch pieces. Add glue before clamping and screwing the pocket holes. Use a quick square to keep square. It's very easy to make those out of square by eye. After roughly placing the leg assemblies, I start putting down the frame pieces. I start by those to screw them into the walls. This gives me a square and stable base to start putting the rest of this together, and helps staying square. Make sure you drill into the studs, but at the bottom of the wall there should be a 2x3 that goes all along to screw into. This area I made different. The plan is to slide the planter in there, on wheels. I made the top thinner to get more height. I'm making support to support the custom plywood pieces that will surround this post. Using a drywall square and a circular saw, I'm cutting the plywood for the tops and bottoms of the workbench. Using a jigsaw and a rough trace of the leg, I cut out the spaces to drop in the plywoods between the legs. Here, I'm tracing where I need crossbars of 2x3s to better support the plywood. This one was fun to take out. I'm glad I didn't damage it during all that handling. Before painting, I quickly sand all the edges. This avoids splinters and makes the edges more durable. I'm using the same dark navy blue as I used for my mitre saw workbench. This will be used all over my shop. Using a countersink drill bit and 1 1/4 inch screws, I screw in the tops and bottoms. The moment I've been waiting for, setting up my tools on the workbench. This is how I want them for now. I put my bandsaw at the end because I need some length for resawing. I mostly use it for small cuts and curves though. This is one of my new tools, my router table. I might have to move the bandsaw sometimes to use it. I'm probably going to do more work for it in case it's somehow to avoid dust coming out. The belt sander is here because nothing ever goes to its left. The pole won't be too much in its way. The joiner is my most recent tool and needs a lot of left to right space. This is the best spot for it. Finally, I placed my spindle sander here, where it won't be in the way of anything or need to be moved. I'm pretty happy with the progress of my shop so far. As you can see, I have wood ready for more projects. The 2x3s are for a table saw bench, and for the hardwood, you'll have to subscribe and see what I have in mind later. Thanks for watching, being interested in my shop and projects. See you next time with hopefully nice builds soon.